Hi guys, in the spirit of this being December, meaning it's the holiday vacation time and all of us are trying to unwind and take a bit of a breather, I want to share a little bit on holiday destinations. What's your preferred holiday destination? If you can choose, where would you go to? And is it different to the rest of your family or your partner or whoever you take with you on holiday? So that's always interesting. So just a little bit of information that our choices of holiday destination is also dependent on the way that your brain processes sensory stimulation. For people with low thresholds who are more sensory sensitive, they prefer calmer, quieter, more contained holiday destinations like somewhere in the bush or maybe an African safari or going to the mountains or going to a place that's more quiet and contained and there's not too much activity. Or if there is a lot of activity, they would have the capacity to hide somewhere or to just read a book in a quiet space. So that's really important for our sensory avoiders, people with low sensory thresholds. The opposite is true for people with high sensory thresholds. Our sensory seekers, they like when it's busy, engaging, a lot of adventure, a lot of stimulation, and they might potentially go on a city hopping tour or going to a new country or going somewhere where they haven't been before or where there's a lot of activity that goes on. So typically our seekers like to be engaged, they like to be stimulated. Now, is this very set for people? No, of course it's not 100% set. All of us can shift or move to go to a different type of environment than what we are primed from a sensory wiring point of view to do. But it all goes, or it all relates to how you're going to enjoy that environment, and are you going to stay there, and is it going to be pleasant? So I want to kind of challenge you, think, what was your best holiday ever, and what was your worst holiday ever? Now, it might mean that your worst one that one of a family members were with you and there was some conflict or whatever, but trying to think space, trying to think environment. Which environment was absolutely thrilling for you? And this is the words that I'm using because I'm a seeker. Where were you feeling very activated, stimulated, and you enjoyed it significantly? These are typically what seekers would look out for. But our sensory avoiders would potentially say something, it was quiet, it was peaceful, it was beautiful, and I had time and space to process the environment or the activities. So just these two extremes, and we all are somewhere on this extreme, but it's interesting and I think really valuable to understand what your choices are, how your choices are being predisposed by your sensory thresholds, and then ultimately, how do we link, blend with our family or our partners. We make particular compromises, but we go and we enjoy the holidays that our brains are destined to use to make sure that we relax best and come back rejuvenated and recharged. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful holiday time or a vacation time wherever you go. Have fun, enjoy, and be safe. Cheers.